Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are talking about the Parkinson disease, but before talking about the Parkinson disease, we will discuss the role of dopamine in the different pathways. So we will discuss the dopaminergic neuronal pathway. Dopaminergic neuronal pathway. Dopaminergic neuronal pathway. In the central nervous system, dopamine is a precursor to norepinephrine in diffuse non-adrenergic pathway and is inhibitory neurotransmitter in the following. They are inhibitory neurotransmitter in the following tracts. Number one is the nigrostriatal tract. Nigrostriatal tract. The nigrostriatal tract, the cell bodies in the substantia nigra project to the striatum, where they release dopamine. Cell bodies. This is the cell bodies in the substantia nigra. The cell bodies in the substantia nigra project to the striatum, where they project into the striatum, where they release the dopamine. They release the dopamine, which inhibit the GABAergic neurons, which inhibit the GABAergic neuron. This is the GABAergic neuron. GABAergic neuron. This is the dopamine that inhibit the GABAergic neuron. This is the acetylcholine that stimulate the GABAergic neuron. The dopamine inhibit the GABAergic neuron. In the Parkinson disease, the loss of neuron in this tract is loss of this neuron. Loss of this neuron in the Parkinson disease. In the Parkinson disease, loss of this neuron leads to excessive acetylcholine activity. There is imbalance. Increase the acetylcholine activity and extrapyramidal dysfunction occur. Dopamine receptor antagonists. When we use dopamine receptor antagonist, dopamine receptor antagonist may also block the dopamine synthesis. This is the dopamine synthesis. This is the DOPA synthesis. They also block. They have also symptom of the Parkinsonism, but they are called pseudo-Parkinsonism. They are called pseudo-Parkinsonism. Number 2 tract is the mesolimbic tract. Mesolimbic tract have role in the behavior. In the mesolimbic tract, cell bodies in the midbrain project to cerebrocortical and limbic structure. Dopamine, the DOPA, also released in the midbrain that have in the cerebrocortical and limbic structure. Function includes regulation of affect, reinforcement, cognitive function, sensory perceptions, and psychotic disorder and addictive are partially explained by this. And dopamine in this pathway increase may also. They have role in the behaviors like reinforcement, cognitive function, sensory perception, psychotic disorder also inhibit this pathway, mesolimbic tract, and in this pathway there is psychotic disorder because of this. In high doses may cause psychosis if there is high doses of dopamine. high doses of dopamine in mesolimbic tract, they are called psychosis, may cause psychosis. Number third is the tuberoinfundibular pathway. Number third is the tuberoinfundibular pathway. In the tuberoinfundibular pathway, the cell body in the hypothalamus, they project into the anterior pituitary gland and release dopamine. Anterior pituitary gland and release dopamine. And this dopamine, they inhibit the prolactin secretion from anterior pituitary. So this decrease the prolactin secretion. Dopamine agonists are used in hyperprolactinemia. There is deficiency of this dopamine. There is no inhibition of the prolactin level and hyperprolactinemia occur. So we use the dopamine agonists. And to restore the tuberoinfundibular tract and the hyperprolactinemia. And there is prevention of prolactin level by the help of dopamine. In number 4 pathway is the chemoreceptor trigger zone. The dopamine. Number 4 pathway is the chemoreceptor trigger zone. The dopamine also activate the chemoreceptor trigger zone. They also activate DOPA, activate the chemoreceptor trigger zone, and they increase emesis. Emesis means vomiting. So when we use dopamine in the large amount, they may cause vomiting. Dopamine agonists may cause vomiting, but the reverse. Dopamine antagonists, when we use, they inhibit the vomiting. Antagonists inhibit the vomiting by acting on the chemoreceptor trigger zone. They inhibit the vomiting.